Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are helping us back on this journey to unconditional love, love of the journey, love of each other, and back to our soul group that are most definitely helping us on this journey. And so I do divine love healing. I can connect to your souls and get you the messages that your souls want you to know to put you on your highest path. And I do a 3-card angel read, plus you also get a guided mantra which comes from your soul. So when you repeat that mantra, it aligns and shifts your energy. I also do a crystal grid, which is using rose quartz crystal, and you receive a piece of rose quartz which looks like this. And when you meditate with that and send unconditional love out to your twin and out to raise love and light on the planet, it actually grounds as above, so below. And the whole purpose is to bring things into our physical reality. And the crystal grid is all based around the forest lovers. So we are bound together for eternity around the oak tree. And so this is so all of the, if you want to come to me for healing or to join the crystal grid, then you're part of a soul group that are helping each other into our unions. And also I was guided to set this up on the Lion's Gate for me and my twin, and then I was prompted to put it out for everyone by you might know her, Hazel from Illumined Souls. And so this is what I mean by seeing our soul group coming together to help each other. Because you know, we are definitely, if you're a twin flame, then you signed up to this and it is part of your destiny to be together. And so what I want to share today is I was guided to go back with the crystals to do a specific thing because it's the equinox and the crystals that I use for healing. And so what I did was I went to a specific tree and I did a meditation, and I was guided to actually put I have a special pouch that I keep the crystals in, and I was guided to to basically hold it against the tree, because it's all about using the earth energies and to take those basically from the earth as above and so below, right? So taking the earth energies and put them into the crystals. So I was holding it against the tree. And something, so whenever I lean against a tree, I always feel my twin spirit like intertwine around me. And I felt his hand come into mine. And then this amazing thing happened. A dog came up, and I felt that, because I had my eyes closed, I felt the dog's head on my knee. And so I opened my eyes, and there was this dog just looking at me, and he stayed with me. And basically I got, you know, that the dog is the sign of unconditional love, right? And so so he stayed with me all the time that I was putting the energy, you know, having the intent to the crystals to hold reunion for all twin flames. And it was just an amazing thing, because I looked around, I don't know where the owner was, but the dog literally just came up, sat with me, and then went off again. And when he went off, he looked behind. He basically ran off and then stood and then watched me again, and like held my eyes and then ran off again. So it was just so amazing, because it was just an incredible thing. It made me so, I basically burst out into tears, because I was just, you know, so there are so many things on this journey that are so overwhelmingly incredible that. And you just have these moments that you just think, oh my God, I am so incredibly lucky to be experiencing these things which are just out of this world and you never think would be possible. And so it was just an incredible thing, because it was like, you know, unconditional love was like literally at my feet when I was holding the crystals to the tree. So it was just amazing. So anyway, so that was, and I've been given guidance to do, so I'm going to do a healing for everyone on the crystal grid this evening. So if you're a member of the grid, then I will be doing something specific using the crystals this evening. Okay, and so if you, I mean, as always, just have the intent for all healings to go for your highest good and to bring you into your reunion, because the planet needs you in your reunion. And so I'm now going to say I went to the planetarium. And so I am going to show you very incredible. I mean, again, it really did blow my mind, because I went to see, they did a film and they were talking about, so they had an astrologer and they were talking about the sky. And it really, really hit home to me about how completely vast the universe is, and how, you know, the stars and the constellations and everything really is written in the stars, because all the gods, goddesses are in the stars as constellations, and all the zodiac signs. And, you know, I'm not I don't know about astronomy, so having this talk today was just unbelievable. It kind of blew my mind. So I'm just going to say, I took photos. So the first thing is when I'm on my way there, I noticed I had to stop at the garage, and I noticed these because they're basically olive briquettes for a bonfire. And I was like, because it's just unusual to see them. And we had olive as a tree that was coming through recently. And olive is all about, it was all about basically, again, health, wealth and abundance, right? So it just made me laugh, because I was like, an olive, I mean, you just don't see olive briquettes anywhere. So I was like, that's brilliant. Okay, so we go in. The first thing that I see when I walk into the planetarium is that it has 11 years. So it basically says that the astronomer, that the sun follows a cycle that repeats itself about every 11 years, which is brilliant. So I then go in, and there is quotes around the planetarium. And this one is from Stephen Hawkins, and he says, "We are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet, on a very average star, but we can understand the universe, and that makes us something very special." I'm now going to follow on with some other quotes, because it really did kind of, you know, just as this journey, this whole thing opens your mind, expands your brain to really kind of, you know, marvel at what is the universe, and, you know, the fact that we were created together with your twin flame, and all of these things that totally blow your mind and is part of your spiritual awakening journey. So this planetarium was literally, you know, filled with it. So space is big. You just won't believe how vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big it is. Which is why we say about this journey. The ideas of Aristotle and Euclid and Newton, the basis of all our present conceptions, prove in fact not to correspond with the fabric of the universe. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? I quite like that. Behold a universe so immense that I am lost in it. Our world is terrifying in its insignificance, right? And that's really what you realise, that in the whole scheme of things, the universe is absolutely vast, right? And so the power of what it can do and what, you know, is just amazing. To myself, I am only a child playing on the beach, while vast oceans of truth lie undiscovered before me. Sir Isaac Newton. Nothing in the entire universe ever perishes. This thing may pass into that, and that into this, yet the sums of things remains unchanged. Astronomy compels the soul to look upwards and leads us from this world to another. And that's by Plato. And that really, really did make me think, yeah, it's so true. Because once you start looking at the expansiveness of the universe, you know, it really does make you think, well, there is something, you know, that, you know, we are more than what we are just here, this flesh and bone. The next one is about Edward Hubble. And this reminded me of going back to someone's healing when the film The Way We Were was in it. And so it says, by observing galaxies outside our own, Edwin Hubble showed that the universe was not fixed but expanding. This astonishing discovery marked the beginning of a rapid and extraordinary change in our understanding of the universe. So then it goes on. I'm just going to say, so then I go through to the exhibition, and basically I have to pick a star, and the star I picked was Betelgeuse. The next thing, I go to the next machine, and the next thing it says, it's on 22. The next thing, I go to a photo exhibition, and on these there are some incredible photos, but what I notice is the names of people's twins, right? So I was just, because of course I know their names, so I'm like, oh my god, you are joking me. There's actually lots of different people's names of people's twins on each of these photos. The next one, which was brilliant, is that this photo is by Robert Smith. Robert Smith is the lead singer of The Cure. The Cure, we had a song by, which was Boys Don't Cry. And that was like from quite a while ago. And that was the first picture. And I was like, this is just too cool. The next one is by Damien Peach. We've also had Peach, because Peach is a sign of unconditional love in Chinese, I think it was Chinese culture. Then this is just blew me away, this particular picture, because this was just, I can't remember where this was. This was of the Aurora or something, but it was just unbelievable. So when I get into the planetarium, the guy that is talking us through it, I cannot tell you. He starts off picking out somebody in the auditorium that is actually sat next to me, who has a pH table t-shirt on, of the periodic table. Now, if you follow these messages, somebody had sent me a message to say titanium. Their twin had given them a titanium bracelet, which was 22 in the periodic table, right? And that was a message from a few days ago. So the guy picked out the person that was sat next to me, who had a periodic table on his t-shirt. And then he starts talking about the essence of gold. And I was like, oh my God. He then talked about France. He then talked about... he mentioned in his talk, when he's looking at the sky, he starts talking about Specsavers. Now, if you remember, Specsavers, again, is another sign, because in here, the Specsavers that I have, because this was a message, is a Specsavers thing with 69 all over it. And I did, because it's in the forest. And I did a whole video about this ages ago. So again, you know, you couldn't make it up. It was just so unbelievably amazing for so many messages, for so many people. I then come out and this is what I see. You hold the key to my heart. So don't forget that, especially on this day, you hold the key to each other's heart. You are a twin flame. You are in this to raise love and light on the planet. It is most definitely written on in the stars. What I saw today at that planetarium really opened my eyes to, you know, seeing how vast the universe is, and how vast creation is, and how vast everything is. And we are just part of this in raising this little planet into more and more love, and to live more and more out of your heart. So just amazing, amazing messages. So if you want to come to me for healing or to join in the crystal grid, then please do, because it's all about living in the heart. All right, take it easy. Have a good equinox. Bye.